Okay.
No, it's got to be royalty free.
All right. Okay. All right. So I believe it says we are live, but I'm not seeing anything on. Oh, there we go.
Oh, God have mercy.
Oh,
We're
we're
here.
about. We have
We're
arrived.
here.
We're here.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Majestic Mayhem.
Whoop whoop.
I'm your host, Death Dealer, and to the side of me is,
My hot mama.
and below me is.
Cozy Beluga.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. So glad you could all make it. I see everybody's live jumping in the chat. So let's say hi. Oh, we've got Trinity. Let's see.
Our sweet
Woohoo!
angel, Trinity.
Yes, love my girl. Show her some love. She's amazing. She says, yay, I made it. I was
Amaze
cooking dinner.
balls.
It wasn't sure if I would have made it in time. Well, I'm glad you did.
What's
I'm
for Dim
so
Dim?
glad. And let's see. We've got nope, that's mama.
It's just me. I don't know what I'm
We've
doing in
got
there.
Timmy. Hi, Timmy. Love this guy
Timmy!
coming through. Oh, and of course, my darling husband, Dreadpool, coming through.
All
Hi.
the dread.
And that's all that I'm seeing on here so far. And I know I saw Doggy in here earlier. I know he's here somewhere. So, hey, Doggy Dog. Nice to see you guys. So, if you guys missed my Friday show with iconic video games, it was a bit of a tearjerker because of my haunted trail thing. I'm going to be missing them for the next month.
Ooh.
Because I'll be busy during the time of the show, unfortunately. I'm hoping I'll be able to get 5 minutes to stream and say hi to everybody. But you never know. Until then, you'll just have to catch me here in any other random place. So
Gotta
sorry
do what
about
you gotta
that.
do.
Yeah. So tonight's show, we are discussing TV shows that we are currently watching. And I gotta be honest, I normally would put a little more effort into it and make sure the show was still running on my end. I told everybody, doesn't matter as long as this one has at least one season. It could just be its first season running. I, however, have not been able to watch TV in like 2 weeks due to
No.
me dragging body parts and things into the woods with lots and lots of black plastic wrap. So I'm going to be rattling things off the top of my head. So bear with me because I am also dealing with a wonderful bout of heat exhaustion, which I seem to be getting like every other day. But that's what happens when you're running around in like 78% humidity with a temperature of like 75, or I'm sorry, 80, 75 would be nice. I'll take 75, 95. It feels like a good 115. Good times, Mother Nature. Thank you so much for that. It's so lovely to have fall in Florida, I'm telling you. It's amazing.
Fall in Florida. Love it.
Oh, in Florida. Okay, that's enough of my ranting
Is that
though.
even real? That's not real. I'm
No,
convinced
we
fall in
don't
Florida.
have fall here. We don't
Do the
believe in
leaves
seasons.
change?
Hell no. Are you kidding me? Like no.
No, I'm not. Do you?
No, actually, no. Well, I that would be a lie. Actually, they do change because we do actually get about 2 weeks of random winter
Huh.
somewhere in like January and like maybe February. Uh, Usually beginning of February. Um, that's an interesting scenario in its own right. But yeah, when we get those 2 random weeks of cold, it does get cold enough to kill our plants. So yeah, they do change for like a week, but then everything starts growing again.
Hmm.
So
Intriguing.
it's actually so hot here that in most parts you cannot grow lilac very easily. Lilac's a very temperamental flower, I guess, and
Huh.
one of my favorites. I love it. I love the smell of it. And yeah, I discovered the hard way that you cannot grow it in my area at all. It's way too hot and sunny. Figures.
Dang.
It's too sunny for a flower.
Look at Cozy's bird. Sorry, Cozy's bird, like grooming her makes me so happy. And what is this? Look at the.
Oh,
Uh,
am I missing? Oh, I am.
She likes
uh,
that. That's her thing.
his electric carpet is
Ah.
a cool person. I like
Hi.
that person.
I like the name. Seen him here before.
It's
So.
my husband.
Oh, okay. That explains that. That explains that. Oh yes, as Trinity tells you, stay hydrated. I do my best, and because I do these events and activities with my with Mother Mayhem, um,
Oh wait.
she's
Mother.
yes, yeah.
Mother Mayhem.
She makes sure I don't push myself too much, and
That's so cute.
I have to make sure she doesn't push herself too much either. So it's a give situation there. But yeah, I have someone making sure I don't pass out. That's the bright side. Yes, he did. Dreadpool bought us personal fans actually that go around my neck. These things are amazing. I don't know who makes them. I know they're on
Hey,
Amazon.
that's awesome! It looks like headphones.
It goes
What
right
the
around your,
heck?
it goes right around your neck, and it's a USB port charged, and it has 3 things. I don't know if you guys can hear the fans
Does it
running.
vibrate?
Yeah, it has 3 settings: high, low, medium, and high. And this thing has been a godsend so far, actually. So
Oh,
I recommend them if you live somewhere it gets very, very hot and you need to be cold. It helps.
that's
I recommend this
amazing.
amount because believe it or not, it has the things pointing up. It's supposed to point up. And I guess if you keep your head cool, it helps keep the rest of your body cool.
And
Um,
dizziness.
yeah, yes, it has very much helped with the heat exhaustion tremendously. So I definitely recommend personal fans.
Why don't you just roll in mud?
Does not work when you're constantly standing in sun in
Holy
1,000
mud.
degrees of Satan's asshole.
Beautiful. What shows are we going to mention? Who's going to go first today?
Not me.
Okay. All right. You know what? Since I've been rattling ridiculously, I will go first and rattle off some ridiculousness. Okay. So, surprise, surprise. I actually don't have pictures this week, guys. So, I'm so sorry about
What?
that.
What?
Yeah,
Don't
I
be
don't.
upset.
Unless I discuss the same TV shows or things I've discussed before where I don't have pictures. I just don't have them today.
pictures.
I will try to have at least the next 2. So, but I don't have one for this one. But my first choice is going to be NCIS. I don't know if it's still on or not. It's Naval Investigative Criminal Services or something like that.
I think I know that. I've heard of that show. Hold on, let me
Like
go look.
it's another CSI. It's
Okay.
just Navy and Marines and stuff instead of
Maritime law.
Maritime law.
Yeah.
Ma-
NCIS.
Maritime law.
I like the
Excellent.
characters. Yes. Yes.
Excellent, mother.
Oh, I see. And we've got 2 GQ TV says Supernatural is a great show. And Timmy. Supernatural is my favorite.
Supernatural.
Do you have I absolutely agree. Supernatural is an amazing show. It's one of my favorites. I talked about that last time though, so I was gonna pick something else. I can't pick the same things every time. I mean, because if we're going that route, it'd be Supernatural, Z Nation, and the first few seasons of The Walking Dead. Because I do not claim the rest of it. It never happened. You can't make me.
Did you know that one of the I think I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to say. I think I'm right. Isn't one of those guys from West Virginia?
Which
One
guy?
of those actors from The Walking Dead.
West Virginia isn't real.
You know, I don't know because I'll be honest. I look at celebrities like this. While I can appreciate their work, I understand what goes into the craft and doing it. I do also realize that they are people And I feel like there's a lot of pressure on them to present this I'm amazing and perfect to the world. And I feel it's unfair because we put a lot of them under microscopes and you'd look pretty terrible too if people were watching you constantly and taking photos when you just wanted to,
Hang
go
out
grab
with
a
your
bag of
family.
chips and some candy, and your
That
ex would be horrifying in the news too, I'm sure. I mean, I know mine would. Mine would. Oh God, yeah, no. Ooh.
yes, that guy that played Norman Reedus, The Walking Dead.
Even better, Boondock Saints.
What? That guy was he in that?
Yeah.
He was?
Wait, what?
I'm pretty sure that's who he was in Boondock Saints.
What?
Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints is one of the best movies of all
That
time.
is an amazing movie.
The Walking Dead. I'm so confused about this. You know what I hate?
Oh wait, you're talking about Norman Reedus. Yeah, Norman
Yeah.
Reedus was on the Boondock Saints. He plays the brother in that. Yeah.
He was in that
You
movie?
had me
Yes,
thinking
yeah.
for a minute. I'm like, who
Yeah,
are
he
you
was in Boondock
kidding?
talking about? See,
Yeah.
again, please, everyone, please forgive me. The heat exhaustion, brain
Wait,
cells are still
what?
trying to recover. It
I
might
don't
take me a
believe
minute to.
this.
I'm not making this up.
Oh no, I believe you guys. I don't believe that I'm this dumb. Hold on.
I mean,
I mean, I
it was
do,
ages ago.
Boondock Saints.
Yeah, Norman Reedus was in a
Oh my
ton of things,
God.
Trinity. You're absolutely
I
right.
did not understand that was the same guy. I love Boondock Saints. See, I'm face blind when it comes to lighter skinned men, and I genuinely cannot tell them. Oh my God! This is amazing. I'm sorry. This is incredible.
Listen,
He's
there's
in Death Stranding.
he was also in he did an episode. Oh, good Lord. Why am I he's in Cigarette Burns. It's a
What?
Masters of Horror. It's a Masters of Horror. It was a Masters of Horror TV show on HBO, and each one was its own movie by horror famous directors, and they are so good. Yeah, he's in Cigarette Burns too. I forgot about that. That's one of my favorites actually. That's my friend bought me that movie on DVD just because I love his work. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it. You're not gonna like it though, Mama. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not a movie for you. Not a movie for you.
Really? Oh, sorry, my mom is texting me while I'm live on my show about swans.
Oh, see now, yeah, okay, yeah. See, I can mess with that. I recommend it. I'm telling you, she's not going to enjoy it. But at least not that one. Well, actually, out of
What?
all of them, that might be
Are we
the
talking about
episode you
me?
might enjoy.
Are we talking about? Oh, we're talking
Yeah.
about me.
Yeah, we're
I'm
talking
gonna.
about you. That might be the one to actually watch for you now that I think about it.
Yeah, we're talking about you. That's terrifying. You said it's
Well, it's a movie that the guy it's not really a spoiler or anything. The guy Norman Reedus's character is a guy who finds lost in hidden movies for people, for like rich old people, and he gets hired to find this movie that has this urban legend and myth behind it. And supposedly it was cursed, and there's more to it. It's like a cursed movie, and anyone who watches it has like lost their mind. Like a Lovecraftian type thing.
Oh, that sounds scary.
And it played I hope I'm not confusing this with another movie because there's another movie that has a very similar line as well. But it was played in a movie theater one time and the entire audience lost it, and then it was lost after that, and he goes looking for it and like comes across some weird stuff along the way and may or may not find it.
Was that initially a Korean movie?
Look at you. Sorry.
No. Not that I'm aware of. I know there's another movie with a similar line, and there's a American Horror Stories one of those short episodes from the anthology that they've done. There's an episode similar to that too, with like the same idea of a cursed movie.
Oh,
And I
like The
know there's
Ring?
another movie with that same idea. I just can't think of it offhand. But a Korean one, I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I wouldn't doubt
feel
it
like
if
I've seen a
there is.
Korean one that's like
The
the same thing.
Ring would be the closest one I would think.
This was like film, like, and it was like I think some film students that were like investigating this film. It's been a while.
Is this real or is this a movie?
It's a movie.
Is it a okay?
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Mama. Anytime it says based on real events, based on a true story, or taken from lost footage, it's always BS. It ain't never found footage. It's never based on a true
Hey, are you
story.
serious?
It's so far exaggerated.
Yep.
Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, when it was released as like a found footage type thing, and they base the rest of the movie off of a few clips that they show you at the very beginning and at the very end of the movie. Let's see, Amityville Horror, that was tried to be passed off as based on true events that happened to this family. Yeah.
Oh man.
Blair Witch, when that came out, I don't know if you remember when Blair Witch came out, people lost their minds. Oh my God, we have to find these people. And I was like, they're actors, right? Like,
yeah.
They were just under contract to be hidden from the world for like 2 years or something.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that's actually happened a few times in horror movies where the director has managed to get the stars to like Cannibal Holocaust. The director was brought up on actual murder charges, and he had to have his actors come out. He had them like go into hiding for like a year after they made this movie to pass it off as a real documentary back in the 70s. And it was so realistic, and they did such a good job with the effects and everything and telling the story that I believe it was Italian government brought them up on charges, and he had to actually have his actors and stuff come out of hiding to say, look, we're not actually dead, none of it really happened, it was all fake. Like, he didn't actually, because they were trying to get him for like reckless endangerment and stuff, because he essentially brought people.
Italy.
Oh, see, Italy, okay. And Dreadpool says Italy. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
Cozy, what is the name of your bird? Because I want to know every time and I
Little
forget.
Pepper.
Pepper? Look at... Oh my God. I just think Pepper's cute because she's like a part of this. She's a part of the show. Like, you can hear her. She like talks whenever we're chatting and stuff. She's chatting with us.
Mm-hmm.
Is she a girl?
Yeah, actually.
Can she be part of the podcast?
I mean, yes.
Yes, she can be a pod member. I'll allow it. I'll allow her.
Her face is getting yellow. So
back to track.
Oh, we're back on track.
All right. Cozy, you go ahead and do your next choice.
Okay,
since you were the first one to say not first, now you're the first one to go second.
Burn her.
So since I've been playing Starfield, I've been on a sci-fi kick.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been going through For All of Mankind. And I started watching it, but it's like one of those things where I forget I have Apple TV because I don't always have it. I'll just like have it to watch something, and then I'll be like, okay, done, unsubscribe.
Well, can't afford this now.
Apple's pretty cheap.
Oh.
But the problem is they don't really have a lot of content that I like. So like, I'll find what I want to watch, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm done. But For All of Mankind is a really good one. It's like, it's a alternate like history sci-fi show. It's like during the space race. It takes place during a space race, except Russia gets to the moon.
Wait, did we watch that, Greg? I don't know. We watched or was that the castle of something? I don't know. Never mind.
Man in the High Castle.
Listen, leave me out of your bad choices.
I'm
just kidding. I've never seen the show. I don't have Apple TV. I am against the Apple company in general. So I whenever I see anything posted for Apple TV, I'm like, well, that was a pointless thing for them to do.
Ow.
What you do is you go to the library.
How do you go to the library with Apple?
They most places put their shows on DVDs and Blu-rays, and then the libraries buy them.
Well, I know library. I used to work at a I didn't know that Apple TV was putting things on DVD.
Yeah.
They have it on
Typically,
DVD. I'd rather buy the Blu-ray than pay for a subscription.
yeah,
for them. There's
most
only been-
places. So like even like Netflix stuff, you can.
I could watch Ted Lasso.
There's only like one thing I'd probably watch, and it was a horror thing that I can't even remember the name for. See, that tells you how much I pay attention to Apple.
Well, I'm interested in that, Cozy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that.
Okay, well now you can give us your choice.
Well, mine is obvious at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's Arrested Development. I've been watching Arrested Development lately, and I have my hook for Buster and Mother, and then of course I will be bluing myself for Tobias. So I'm not doing that right now. But yeah, I love Arrested Development.
Okay, so are you doing the blue body paint for like an actual Halloween? Because I didn't get a chance, because that was something for anyone who doesn't know, and you're not on our X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever it is.
I will continue calling it Twitter because I don't feel comfortable calling it X, but that's my choice.
X gonna give it to you.
I think it's DMX.
DMX approves of this, I don't know.
And since he's dead, we aren't
gone,
getting that approved.
R.I.P.
But no, she had posted earlier the week something about painting her body blue for an outfit, and I was like, "Oh, girl, I got you on this."
So there's two different things that I need the blue paint. I need it to be funny for one thing. And then like for being Tobias, that's funny. And then I think I'm actually going to do like have somebody professionally body paint me for the other thing that I'm doing, where I want to be the blue Doja Cat.
Okay. Because I was going to say, now this is for everybody, since it is coming up on Halloween season and people are going to be going to Halloween parties and things. Not all body makeup and paint is created the same. Not all of them are equal. Keep this in mind. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for a lot of paint, but I wouldn't buy the $10 for a gallon of it either. And as always, like with any makeup and any body paint, try it on a small area first before you slather it all over everything. And before you put it on your face, try it on your neck, because that's a lot of times just as sensitive as the skin on your face. And your face skin is always more sensitive than the rest of your body.
What about your back?
Your back will be fine for the most part. But, and also too, if you're wearing body paint and you don't want it to rub off on everything at all times, get a good makeup setting spray, or depending on how you feel and how hairy you might be and how often you're going to be touching these areas and things, you might want to consider mixing it with a little bit of liquid body and face latex.
I'm latex allergic.
Okay. So get a nice body or a setting spray for you.
Yeah.
Spray it heavily. Get it. Dunk yourself in it like it's water. And not all of those are created the same either. I will send you a message for one of the best ones that I swear by. It's used for stage makeup, and it's like sweat proof, waterproof, soap proof. Like I'm talking, you've got to like get in there to really get it off. It like cements it down too. Yeah, I use it for Halloween and stuff because it doesn't sweat off or wipe off and things. So, but yeah, it's like cements the makeup on your face.
Hardcore.
Listen, if you're gonna do it, you don't want paint everywhere.
And then whenever I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, I can do like basically I'm going to blue myself for one day and do every set that I need as myself blue. So Doja, Tobias, if I want to do anything else is like, you know, a blue thing, blue person, you know, everything.
Oh
I
yeah.
also recommend towels to sit on because even if
Ugh.
you use the best setting spray and everything, you're still gonna leave spots. Sit
Oh,
on towels.
I can't. I'm nervous about it too, because you know how I am about like how things feel on me. Like,
Mhm.
so it's gonna be interesting to see if I can even handle it. Like, I don't like the beach because there's sand and I don't like water. Like,
You don't like sand?
I hate sand. I
I
won't
understand.
go. I hate it. I
I
won't go
understand.
to the beach. I'm not like the last time I was on the beach was in 2021, and I went in my big combat boots, and it was because my friend was like, "You need to get pictures on the beach. You're here, you're in San Diego, do this." And I was like, "I hate the beach and it's cold." And so I did get on the beach, but it was in these huge combat boots, so then no sand would get on me because I hate sand.
You hate the
You
So
know
sand.
I
what?
cannot be like a bathing suit model because I will not get on a beach and be in sand and roll around in it. So
You
I
know,
can't do it.
I can sympathize with that because even though we live in Florida, I don't do the beach, which is quite hysterical because everybody always assumes we go to beaches all the time. I'm
Yeah.
not the biggest fan of beaches for the sand. And also, too, because it is a tourist state, we do get a lot of tourists here, and our beaches are constantly covered in people from out of state all year round. Um, so it's like it's easier just to have a pool. Much
Yeah. I
easier.
mean, why would you not want to just have a pool? You know it's clean. There's
You
not
still
going to
have
be
to check it for
sand,
wild animals in Florida, but
but there's not going to be any sand in it.
that's true. No, well, debatable. We don't really have dirt here. We got a lot of
You don't
sugar
have
sand
dirt?
everywhere. For the most part, we have a lot of issues growing grass here because we have a lot of sand in our yards. Yeah, we have a lot of sand.
It comes
Like
from the beach into the inlands?
I'm not that far inland. I'm only a few miles inland.
Uh-oh.
I'm surrounded by beaches.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
god.
actually, as a matter of fact, I don't open my windows for this reason because, thank God my neighbor finally got some. They put sod down about 2 years ago, but, before that, the last time I opened my windows, it was a windy day. It was a nice day, so I thought, "Oh, I'll open the windows and let the fresh air come through the house," you know?
A bird came in, didn't it?
Oh, no, I've got screens. No, no, no.
Oh,
I had about 20 pounds of sand in my house in like 2 hours, and because I wasn't paying attention to it coming in my windows and, paying attention to the
uh-huh.
windowsills and stuff, I didn't realize it until I went to go sit down and then it was like sand. Yeah, I got about 20 pounds of sand in my house
Oh
because,
yeah.
That's like cozy sugar.
I can't.
How's that sugar going?
So
Sugar update.
I was supposed to be I haven't started it yet because it's just I started getting other supplies for it. I had to get the butter, I had to get the eggs.
Sugar update. Sugar update.
I had to get the butter, I had to get the eggs, and I also dropped the bag of flour that I had, and so I had to get more flour. So I have butter, eggs, and more flour. So now I'm probably missing something. I have plenty of baking powder.
Vanilla.
I have plenty of vanilla. So
Mm.
I'm probably
That's
ready to
crazy.
start
You get
soon. I don't know what to make now though. Maybe a
Make
cake.
chocolate chip cookies and
I
then send them
Jamaican
to me.
candy.
I can send
Jamaican
you the
candy.
chocolate chip cookies because I actually wait, Jamaican candy? I can do that.
Yeah.
Um
It is super
I'd have to
easy.
send people the chocolate chip cookies because I know this is blasphemous, but I do not like chocolate chip cookies.
You have
Introduce
said
sugar
I know.
cookies.
I know. I don't. I've never liked chocolate chip cookies. It's always just a weird thing.
No, Jamaican candy, you get I I will be the first one to admit I'm not sure if that's exactly what it's called. That's what I was told it was called from my friend. She's the one who taught me how to make it. You get a fresh green banana leaf. You're going to need that to let the candy cool on. And then you take coconut, a fresh coconut, you chip the chunks of coconut, the white coconut out of it, and you set that off to the side. And then you're going to take sugar and just a little bit of water, put it in a pan, and you're going to boil it till it gets like a nice golden color, not burn it, but get it nice and golden and melted. And then you take the coconut, put it in with the sugar, and you mix that real good together. And then you pour it on the banana leaves and let that cool. And it is so good and so simple. I swear by it. It was like the
Oh.
best thing ever. And
What are you eating right now? Chocolates?
Chocolate from Aldi's.
See, I want
You have
the
some good
thing you were
chocolate.
talking about, and I want that.
They're fair trade too.
What's that mean? They're good for the
It's
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
they treat their workers well, and it's
Nice.
everybody involved has got a nice cut.
Yeah. I do that. I have to do that because after finding, I was when I was in college, I was at this event. And there was this guy that came, and it was like where the history of like where your chocolate comes from, and
Oh,
he had
no.
been like a slave on a chocolate plantation. And I was like, what? Yeah. After finding that, I was like, it shocked me. I was like,
Yeah, in some countries, in certain areas, the coffee trade has been problematic. Sugarcane has been problematic. I don't know if I'm not sure if sugarcane is still an issue and problematic. But I know at one point chocolate, and in certain minerals, I believe like
coltan.
the mineral that they use in a lot of makeup. Yeah, I can't think of what it's called, but yeah, it's the dirt that they put in makeup.
Wow.
Yep.
There was an issue with the people that were mining that weren't being treated well as well, and the lands around it weren't being taken care of either.
Yeah. When I found that out, I was like, oh gosh. That he was like, yep. He'd been promised some schooling and had been taken to do hard labor on a cocoa plantation.
Well, hot
Mm.
dog.
Yeah.
Know how the
So
sausage gets made.
I'll still eat the sausage though.
All right. So, all right. So let's jump back to games. Getting sidetracked. Or
Games.
not games. I'm sorry. TV shows.
You know what your the heart wants. What the heart wants. Games.
I actually cannot wait to talk movies. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm really excited to get to the next few shows because I really want to talk about Halloween movies.
It's your fave.
I know.
They're faves.
I'm giving you homework specifically.
Trinity, I will make sugar. I'll definitely make snickerdoodles. That's my
Greg will
best.
be so happy. Oh, God. My whole family. Sorry, I'm looking at these look at this clip. This is
I'm turning you to the dark side.
Oh, I was like, what is that? And then okay.
It looks it's a clip.
Oh, we use this for hairstyling.
Yeah, I got it for my bangs.
What happens if you stick it on your tongue?
Nothing. They don't pinch that hard.
Yeah, this
They're
looks
supposed to not leave like marks in your hair when you're doing it and stuff.
Marks?
Sorry. I was laughing.
Yes, Cozy. For those of us that have to do our hair and have a lot of it.
Cozy's awesome.
If you
we have this
when you
weak ass
curl your
hair.
Yeah, when you curl your hair after you take the curling iron out, it's hot for a few minutes afterwards. And if you put some clips in it to hold the curl, you can get this like funky little dent in the middle of it. Those clips are supposed to keep you from leaving those funky little dents in the middle of it.
Funky little dents.
I used to have a rat tail.
Old Medina.
That sounds cool.
I accidentally cut it off. I forgot I had it, and I was like, "Let me cut my hair." I was like, "Why is it so tough?" And it dropped, and I was like, I accidentally cut it off. A lot of people were happy about that, but I was like, it was an accident.
I undercutted my hair, and it looked awesome. But then I kept undercutting it up too high, and then I basically just had this top part of my hair. And then completely bald underneath. And I was like, I got to grow this out. This is ridiculous.
It's a bit much for me.
Yeah.
Shortest I cut it is like up to here. And before I know it, it's back. Oh, hey, back from the dead. Hi.
Howdy.
We're just talking about our hair for a
Yeah.
second.
Oh, Dragonheart.
Oh, look, Dragonheart Yobi.
Yobi.
All right. So let's get back to the TV shows. I got it right this time.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess I will give my second choice first again. And I believe it was Trinity that mentioned this one earlier. Criminal Minds. Love that show. I'm not even I believe they're making more seasons of it now. I know it was canceled for a little while and I believe they just brought it back. I haven't seen those new ones. I, however, watched a lot of the older ones from the beginning because I like Spencer Reed. He's adorably funny to me. I think he's hysterical.
Oh.
So I like Criminal Minds. Who would have thought me watching a show about serial killers being chased down? Fantastically surprised, I'm sure. Just like my mug should be no surprise to anyone I've got. It's a Haunted Mansion, new one. Okay, so off topic. I know this is where the Majestic Mayhem comes in. I've got to discuss this though. I'm bringing everybody into this conversation. Dreadpool and I have argued about it. Okay, now everybody see the lovely, well, kind of. You kind of see the lovely bride.
Yeah.
Camera's gonna follow her now. Anyway, okay, they have changed. Isn't it so cute? I love this mug too. It's even got the little axe handle.
Oh, that's cute.
So cute. But apparently the bride has an actual name. I thought she was just the bride for the longest time, and I was under the impression they had named her or given her a name for the Eddie Murphy movie they did like 10 years ago or whatever. If anyone remembers that movie.
No, that's
I know what you're talking about.
It wasn't that great. You're not missing much. Everybody hated it.
I'm like, what? The fact that exists, though. Thank you for reminding me, because I'm gonna.
You're not missing much. But yeah. I thought they gave her a name for that movie because I believe they talked to her and about her or something in the movie. So I thought they gave her a name for the movie, and that was the only time she had a name. That is not true. They gave her a name back in like 90 something. Am I the only one who didn't know her name was friggin' Constance Hatchaway? I cannot be the only one who didn't know her name was Constance.
That's an appropriate name.
Hatchaway. I thought it was just the bride.
I mean, does her name really matter? I actually, as someone who's not seen any of the Haunted Mansions, I know the only character I could recognize is the bride.
Oh, I love the bride. I actually have a stuffed animal with her.
Hey.
Really good comedy. Was it like, I can only imagine like a haunted mansion, but it's like the Nutty Professor. I don't know why.
He's not in it as much as he is in the Nutty Professor. He's like every person in the Nutty Professor, but in the Haunted Mansion, he's just
the Eddie
one
Murphy,
character.
Haunted Mansion to be, though. Somebody should do that. Eddie Murphy. Oh,
Eddie Murphy is the haunted. What if Eddie Murphy was just the Haunted Mansion?
I heard the new one wasn't the worst.
Eddie Murphy is himself the Haunted Mansion.
No, but they have like other people as other characters, but he is literally the Haunted Mansion.
Like,
I could see that.
God,
I could see him playing every character in the Haunted Mansion. I truly could. If anyone could do it, it would either be him or the Wayans brothers could pull it off because they do a lot of characters real well too. Or
Haunted Mansion itself.
I can't think of the other guy that does movies like that now either.
Michael Myers, the funny one.
Michael Myers. Mike Myers. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. Mike Myers. He could do it.
Yeah, I thought that they were the same person for like a long time. I just thought that, but it's not. Like,
it's not. All right. So You know what? My hot mama, we'll let Cozy go last on this one. What is your second TV show?
My second one that I am watching because it's always in my heart and I will rewatch it again is I Think You Should Leave. It's on
Okay.
Netflix and it's
Tell
one
me
of the
about it.
it's
Uh-oh.
one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my life. That's
I've
kind of
heard of it. I
uh
haven't actually I can't recall what the trailer was about or anything now though.
it's a skit show. It's a funny skit show.
Mhm.
And they're like small skits and they are just very ridiculous. Oh my god. It's just a very good show. Uh yeah. Like there's a lot of bits in it. I can't I've got like a Oh wait, is my Dan Flash's shirt right here? Hold on a second. I got my
Oh.
Dan there we go. I got one of my favorite bits right here. It's my Dan Flash's shirt. It's a shirt that's a really complicated shirt that the men love in a skit.
Oh.
And there's like this it's so expensive because of the complicated pattern.
It's giving
Microsoft
90s
screensaver.
90s Trapper Keeper.
Uh-huh. And
Yes.
so then you wear it and then you're like, oh, and it's like it's just this really funny bit and I have a shirt of it and I'm very proud of it. So yeah, I like that show. It's very good. I love it because it takes a lot of things and makes mundane scenarios hilarious.
Mhm.
And I like things like that because I think that there's a lot of drama in reality.
Mhm.
So, there you go. That's my
Yeah.
show.
Okay. I could agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yeah, like opening a door and like it not opening for you and you making an ass out of yourself. That's like a whole thing on the show. That's funny. Like that's very relatable to me because I think I do that every day that I go in public. So that's why I don't go.
Oh. You know what? I think a lot of people are just naturally klutzy when they overthink things. Because I know when I'm overstressed and thinking about something and like trying not to look foolish, that's right when I look ridiculous at some point for something.
If you walk too fast into automatic doors, they don't register you. As a fast walker, I've discovered that if you walk too fast, the door will not know that you were there. And like I've walked up to them, I hit them, or I've walked up to them and they don't open. I stop and I'm like, and you have to slowly walk back and then walk forward again. And it's like, there you go.
They all like it used to be some of them wouldn't register you if you didn't weigh enough. If you remember that back in the
Oh
When
day.
you
my
were a
God,
kid, when you were a kid
yes.
and you couldn't open the door.
And you couldn't open the doors, and your mom would be like, "Hey, can you
Yeah.
run this in?" And you'd be like, "Mom, I'm 20 pounds." I was
I
like 50 pounds until I was I don't know. I didn't hit 100 pounds until I was in 10th grade. So for the
Oh, hey.
longest time, like I was supposed to be in a car seat. Like
Oh,
yeah,
man,
and
that
like crap would
memory.
not open for me. It was
That me-
terrible.
Oh, and it probably lasted longer for you in West
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah, because everybody's
They're
yeah.
not gonna get the new doors. Because I remember when I started getting the new doors, but I remember the old doors. They had that rubbery thing on the bottom.
Yeah,
and
that
if you'd walk into it and it didn't open because you were like, didn't weigh enough. Oh God.
yeah. Yeah. It's good time.
Hi, Dragwam.
Yeah,
Yes.
hey, Dragon.
I
Oh,
am a fellow fast walker.
Oh yeah.
oh, we missed something, ladies.
What?
Yeah, we missed something. We missed a super chat, of
Oh.
course, from my biggest fan. Love that guy.
Oh.
Okay.
No,
Here we go.
I'm
We
a
missed
bigger
it. I'm
fan
so
now.
sorry.
Watch it.
Well, he married me, so he has to deal with me all the time.
Okay.
All right. He said,
thank you.
watching Stranger Things. Great show. Awesome ladies. Thank you, Dreadpool. I love
Aw.
that guy.
What about
Such
less
a
strange
sweet
things?
guy.
He's a good man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we watch Stranger Things together. We're that family. We watch shows together sometimes.
Oh, I miss that. I miss shows being like family shows. Like where that shows had a nice medium of stuff for everyone. Now shows are either like super like edgy or just like really dumb.
I gotta
Stranger
say that
Things
I
was
was real
perfect for
lucky
that.
that there was only, I think there was only like 1 or 2 parts I really had to like close Tiny, like tell Tiny Giant, okay, close your eyes and cover your ears, sweet pea. We're gonna fast forward through these scenes. And
Yeah.
it was just the teenage, love scenes. Like we're not giving ideas. We're not giving any ideas. Unless they die from it, like, Friday the 13th. We're not giving any ideas. Thank you.
Aww.
Sex equals death.
Yeah, you're doing
Because
the
I
Mean
will murder
Girls.
you in my house.
You're doing the Mean Girl style
I'm
with the gym teacher.
Yeah.
I'm not any mom. I'm a cool. I'm
The
not
gym
like any other
teacher.
mom. I'm a cool mom.
Oh
But
yeah.
no, yeah. Sex equals
Yeah.
death. You will die from having sex.
I'm the cool mom, and but I'm not, because I'm actually just very weird and strange, and
I myself am strange and unusual.
Oh yeah. Aren't we all
you're
strange and unusual?
yeah,
I'm pretty normal and regular.
you're
Regular schmegular.
Posey's
That's a lie
regular.
if I've ever heard one.
Just show them. Greg said, "Just show them it follows," and that is the
Yes.
STD of
That was a good movie though.
Yes. It
yeah.
is a good
Very.
movie, but
We
you are
watched it with the
correct.
kids. I watched it. We watched it with Layla to be like, yeah,
This is what happens.
yeah, like that's what it's like to have something follow
No,
you around.
either that or, like I said, either that or Friday the 13th. Everybody who has sex dies. Everybody who has sex in those movies dies every single time.
Yep. Man, It
Friday.
Follows was really pretty though. Remember the aesthetic of it? Do you remember the shell phone?
Well, see, I actually because I do watch a lot of these movies and I watch the making of and things. It was something that they brought up because a lot of people, I guess, had complained that they couldn't quite tell what time frame in which like what time era it takes place in, because it's kind of got this like 60, or it's kind of got like the 70s 80s aesthetic, but at the same time the technology is more 2000s, and they're like, so we can't, and the truth is you really can't tell when this is supposed to be. And they said that's the whole point, and that's why the seasons change so quickly in the movie that most people don't even notice that they actually change the scene so quickly. It's supposed to be like it could happen at any town, it could be anywhere type thing. And it's like, well, almost, but you're forgetting some places don't have seasons. So there's your flaw in your plan right there. But otherwise, it worked out great because it really won't be pigeon-toed by a time era. It won't be directed towards, oh, this is a 70s or this is a 2000s movie. This is a anytime type movie. It's a small town, so fashion could be behind. Fashion would be different, a little more relaxed. It wouldn't be so up to date on things,
Oh my god, I
but
love
you would
that.
still have some of the technology at the same time. So
I love whenever they do that. That's a beautiful piece of art.
it is a really good movie. It is a very good movie.
It is. It is.
Kick
Boom.
started, I think, the whole small movies becoming popular again. The more not as mainstream horror movies were becoming popular for a while after that, because after that, I believe Hereditary and a bunch of those came out and got real popular.
I like Hereditary.
And working at the
I love
library,
that.
I watched a lot of this. I was watching the small ones because, like, you'd just like be shelving. I'd be putting them away, and I'd be like, let me go watch this.
Yep. That's the best way to do it. When you're working at the library, you're just like, what the heck is this? And then you just watch it. I
My
like
friend
Hereditary.
talked me into watching Hereditary, that one, and the Babadook.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta say, I was not disappointed watching them. It was not what I expected, but they weren't terrible either. While I'll say Hereditary isn't exactly my type of movie, I could appreciate the artistic factor behind it. It's just a little slower than what I prefer in my movies.
Yeah.
A little less. It was a little too safe, I guess, if that makes sense. but I'm not really the biggest fan of the cult genre anyway. So,
Gotcha.
but
Did
they
you
did.
watch was what's that one? Midsummer, was that considered
That's
Mhm.
small?
yeah,
Yeah,
I love
that's
that
another
movie.
artsy one.
That one was
It's
It's
not bad.
I
It's
think
not
like
bad.
the
It's
reason I like sorry.
Oh no, you're
Go ahead,
fine. I'm
Josie.
trying to find the words to describe it. I'm not sure how would describe it
It's like
honestly.
a different kind of horror movie because it's like a psychological horror movie, but
That's my favorite.
it taps into different things than most psychological horror movies that you're probably used to seeing because um it's just a lot of like crazy mind games that happen in it like the entire time, where she's like, oh, something's wrong, and they're just like trying to calm her down, like, hey, this is okay, and she's like this, and you're watching it, you're like, this is clearly not okay, none of this
Yeah.
is okay, and you know like just like a lot of the psychological things that happen in that movie are just so, it's probably one of the most psychologically messed up movies I can think of that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like straight up till the ending, and where you're like,
Oh my god, the ending
it's
was
like
so
literally
good.
the most horrifying ending possible. It's like the ending is terrible. That's a bad ending. That's just awful.
Just awful. Did you okay, I know this is like, well, I don't know. Did you watch, what the heck is it? Cuz I'm going to mention it and then write it on about it. Crap. Yeah. Cuz it's a psychological thriller, I would say. Death, do you like psychological thriller? Uh cuz it,
Uh-oh.
oh no. But it's like,
Psychological thrillers. I could give or pass on them. It just depends if one, I've got to be in the mood for it, and
yeah.
two, it's gotta be worth a lot of the more dull parts to me. I don't mind watching them. I just have to find them useful. There's a lot of psychological I find just irritates me because I'm not it doesn't seem believable. It seems kind of foolish at times. Like, oh, what's that new Dracula type movie? The Invite, I believe, is what it was.
Mhm.
Um, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it could have been a million times better. I
Yeah.
find that one's more of a psychological thing, and I found that one not to be worth the buildup that they were trying to do. They were trying to make her character be this modern, strong, independent woman. Okay, great. I appreciate that, and I wholeheartedly support that. And she would say things like, any sane person wouldn't stay, but then she'd stay. Like any smart person
Yeah.
wouldn't trust this, but then she trusts it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if we're trying to be the strong, independent character, it's not that easy to gaslight and manipulate them that quickly. You know what I mean? It's not that
Yeah.
simple. They tried to throw that psychological thing in there, I guess, maybe because of like Midsummer and all of those movies becoming popular, like Hereditary and things. And it did not hit the mark for me. And it's movies like that where I'm like, it's just not worth the payoff. I'll sit through your boring hour if it's worth it in the end, but a lot of times it's not. It's just leads to more boring. At least give me like an explosion or something entertaining, you know? But a
Yeah.
lot of times they're like, let's leave it to the imagination. Let's leave a what if. It's like, no.
I mean,
I
I
need an
understand.
ending. Give me an ending.
I think that's why I typically don't like psychological horror either. Is like I think Midsummer is like one of the few exceptions because it's clearly this person isn't well. And the entire thing is just so manipulative and underhanded. It explores like a real deep psychology that a lot of them, it's like, this person just looks dumb. Whereas in this person, the whole setup of the movie is like everything is wrong and this person is not well, the perfect person to like kind of mentally manipulate, whereas other ones, it's like they get themselves into situations that are just like, why are you doing this?
I think that I have the best movie to recommend to you, and you guys are going to it is completely okay to be like, are you serious? Because it is a ridiculous movie.
Okay.
But I think it would satiate both of you.
Uh-oh.
It is
All right.
Malignant. Have you heard of Malignant? The movie?
I have heard of Malignant, and honestly, I want to say I think I might have seen that one already.
With the cancer? Cut out the cancer?
What?
Yeah, it's fucking boss, dude. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen because it takes disability and it takes like horror and being like the horror of what it's like to be sick and your body is going against you.
Oh, I
And
haven't
it's
watched
crazy.
it.
It's like because it does get silly, it's so ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Like you will be like, "What is this?" But it is incredible for what it does for the horror genre, I believe, because while I am not hardcore, like I am not like as smart and cool as you guys on anything, but I love to see disability and health issues being portrayed in like how I feel, which is it's horrifying.
Yeah.
And that's what Malignant does. And I think, man, it's crazy. It's so silly. Like there's some parts of it where people will be like, "What?" Um, I loved it. I think it's like visually like cool. I think the special effects you might like.
Mhm.
Or you would at least be like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Mhm.
And yeah, I totally want you to watch that. And Cozy, I think you'd like it because it's a psychological thriller, but there is what is this word? Packaging at the end.
Okay.
Packaging.
Okay.
It's
It's all tied up at the end.
yeah,
There's
like
an ending.
and there's like a solid like, oh, we know what happened. Oh wow, okay. And I just love it.
Okay, I'll have to check it out because yeah, I mean, like
It's so weird to love this
Smile.
movie, but
Smile, I feel is more along the lines of like that psychological body horror thing, and Smile irritated me because it was like it doesn't explain anything. And I'm not holding out hope that the second one's going to explain a whole
Wait,
lot
they're making a
either.
second one?
They're making a second one of those, and I'm not holding out hope they're gonna explain where this demon thing came from. Like, that was the whole thing that irritated me the whole movie. I'm like, "Why
I gotta
is it
see what this
here?
is.
Where did it come from?"
My problem with it was I don't like movies where people nose around in dumb stuff. Like I don't even believe in supernatural things. But the thing is, you tell me some messed up thing is going on, I'm gonna be like, you know
getting the
what?
hell out of there.
I'm not involving myself. I'm going to go
That's because we're
do other
scared and
things.
safe.
Like, the
though.
first page says not to read this book out loud in Latin, so I think the first thing I'm gonna do is read it out loud
Yes!
I
in
think I'm
Latin.
gonna
Let me
go away.
flip to the page that
Under
has
no
the most
circumstances
terrifying
read
words.
this.
It's like
And you
people.
see like
Yep,
the
yep,
blood
right there.
footprints on it and everything,
Mhm.
and you're like, let me just, and it's like, why?
They'll see like
The
there's
Evil
like
Dead
blood
movie
on the
comes right to
door.
mind.
Ugh, that was so
It's
stupid.
a book made of skin, and it says not to read it, but let
It's a
me read this out
book made of
loud.
skin. Looks good. Definitely not anything weird here.
You know, I'm actually glad they don't make like a more smart horror movies, because I feel like that would actually really be terrifying.
I heard.
Oh my
I
god, we
heard-
get actually scared.
I heard. Actually, that's actually funny you mentioned that because I heard there was actually a smart movie that came out not too long ago, and it was. Oh my gosh, it was. I believe it was you and I talking about it, Cozy. It's the horror spoof with the group of people that go into the woods and the cabin in the woods and they're making jokes
Yes.
the whole way. Oh, what's the name of that movie? Oh my gosh, now I can't think of what it's called.
No,
I
stop
want to
talking
see it.
about it.
I want to see it. It looks hilarious. I haven't seen it yet, and I need to watch it.
I don't know what this movie is. Ooh. Ah! Sorry.
I mean,
Okay,
I
what?
think like there
Not
are some
Cabin
good
in the
ones.
Woods. I've seen that one. That one's
Like OG Saw was pretty good.
yes.
Also, what's the one with the guy investigating the murder that happened in the house?
7?
No,
That's a good one.
It's a supernatural one.
Huh.
He's investigating a murder that happened in the house. He's like writing a book about it, and he takes his family and moves them into the house.
Oh!
Oh my God.
Sinister.
That's a
Sinister,
really
yeah.
good one. I like
Sinister,
that one.
and the worst part about Sinister is like they make the right call.
And it's still the wrong move.
Yes.
Right call,
I
still
did
the
that
wrong
too.
move. But back to topic, Cozy, your choice for the TV show that you are watching.
My second one is Kevin can go F himself.
Oh, that show looks hilarious. That's on Apple TV, right?
It's on AMC.
Oh, is it on AMC?
Yeah, so like I mean I subscribe to AMC Plus, which I do because you get Shudder included. So but it's like a really great show because it has these two crazy dynamics where half the show is a drama. It's like this drama, and then the other half of the show is like a sitcom. So it's actually filmed like multicam and single cam. And like alternate scenes. And it's like and the plot will be like following like the same sort of scenario but played out through comedy, played out like kind of like in a sitcom-y way, and then played out kind of like in a continuing in a drama sort of way. And it's pretty fascinating. It's really great.
Yeah, it's the chick from Schitt's Creek.
Annie
too,
Murphy,
right?
I believe her name is.
She's amazing. I love her. She's so funny. She was great in Schitt's Creek. But speaking of, that'll be my third and final choice, Schitt's Creek. That show is amazingly hilarious, and I will continue watching it over and over again because the whole cast is just amazing.
So
I've never seen it.
I had a great first experience with it. I was at a convention and I was really drunk, and so I went back to the hotel room, and I'm like sitting there and I'm flipping through channels, and I binged the first season. It was like when there was only one season, and I binged watched the first season in an entire like night, and I was like, "This is so great! This is so great!" And it was like I didn't know what it was called though. And then I was like scramble to look it up and find out like, well, I remember this. I wrote it down on my arm and everything. And then I was like, oh, so I have to watch the next season. And it was like, there isn't a next season. I was like, what? When's the next season? It was like no word of when this next season would be. And I just remember being like, man, I watched this really great show. And then they announced the second season. I was like, yay, we're getting another season.
That's great. That's great. I'm still waiting to see what happens with that show Wednesday because the first season wasn't bad, and I'd be interested to watch a second season where they take it this time. Because while it's not like the movie, they're not exactly like the movie characters. I do appreciate that they are a little different.
I like that. Like I don't want everything to be just the same.
I wish Wednesday was a little better towards her family because even though her character has always been goth and gloomy and things, she was nice to her mom and her, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, she tried to kill her brother on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
But she was nice to her mom is my big thing. And it kind of irks me as a mom to see Wednesday be so
rude,
cold to her mother. I get the whole teenage angst thing, but it's like, come on. Like the whole appeal from the Addams family was the fact that they were so loving to each
loving
other.
Family. Did you see Red? Seeing Red, that little movie?
Yes.
Was that not an adorable movie about like everything? Because I cried like a little baby. I watched that with my daughter, and that movie and Everything Everywhere All at Once. I watched with my child, and we both tears. And for it's easy to make me cry because I'm a big wiener. I'll cry. I'll think about something that I love. I was looking at pictures of my mother on her wedding day today, and I was
Oh,
crying. Like, just looking at pictures because I love my mother so much.
that's
Who
sweet though.
does that?
That's cute. That's
No,
actually really
that's
sweet.
that's stupid. So
Aw, you're just a sensitive person. That's sweet.
Don't start crying
I cried on the last time we were in a simple chat.
now.
That's true. I do remember
I
that.
know. I'm like, no, bro, you can make me cry if I just think about something too much. And but Layla cried, and that was really cool because it spoke to her as a daughter. And like,
I thought I didn't see everything everywhere all at once. I keep
incredible.
seeing it on the thing and I keep meaning to watch it. I know it's one of those movies I want to pay attention to, so I haven't had the time recently to do it. But I
Yeah.
did watch Turning Red, and I gotta say, for anyone who hasn't seen it or doesn't really know anything about it, it's a really cute kids movie. It's a Disney movie. Um, I think it's one of the better ones they've come out with recently. It got a lot of flack because it does touch on the whole puberty thing for girls in the
Having a
menstruation
period.
thing and having, yeah, having a period. I think it's tastefully done. Realistically, the whole period discussion thing is like a 5-second scene, and then that's pretty much the end of it. I think although the whole panda thing, that's what they call it turning red because she turns into a panda. It's like a werewolf thing. I think it explains the emotions that hit children when they're going through puberty, male or female, because I mean, having 5 younger siblings and 3 of them being boys and being growing up a girl myself, I do remember reflecting on it was hard to deal with those emotions. And quite frankly, explaining that to kids, it's kind of one of those, yeah, sure, okay things. And I feel like the movie kind of touches on that a little better to make kids it gives them a better,
A better bridge to help. Look at that. Look at Cozy.
I'm
Turned
trying to
Italian.
think of the right word.
It
I'm
helps.
trying to think of the right word. Yeah, it's a
It
better
helps. Like,
metaphor for what happens to your emotional state when you're going through the changes in puberty because your hormones are all over the place.
there's a
That's what I
lot
was
of
looking for. It's a
crazy
better
things
metaphor.
happen. Yeah, it shows children that they're not alone during this hard, weird time. And like, man, I thought it was so cute. And like how I love that in everything everywhere all at once, which you should definitely watch that movie, Death, because it's beautiful. It is a longer movie and it does take some time to watch, and it is an emotional ride. So I would say after Halloween for you. But
Mhm.
I mean, it's worth it.
I have never been more engaged in two rocks talking to each other than.
It, I know. Was it not like
That's still my favorite scene. I don't know
I
why,
know?
because normally I don't like slow stuff like that, but I just was just like, it gave you
It
a
wasn't it beautiful?
yeah.
It was so I loved oh god, I wish I had a better, I'm going to say it's the stroke. I don't know if it's the age or the stroke. I love the word of it means like just difference of each other at the same time.
I
Shit.
liked. I think.
Starts with a T. I don't know. I'll
Uh,
figure it out someday.
I watched that on my birthday too. That was the other thing. It came out on my birthday, and so I was like, oh.
I feel like what yeah, Trinity is right. It's about a girl transitioning to a woman pretty much. Yeah, it is. I feel Turning Red is along the lines of Inside Out as far as breaking down emotions for kids and how they're going to be different and to handle them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Inside Out was an amazing movie, is fantastic, and quite frankly, I'm so grateful that movie came out when it did.
The fact
Cuz
that it was made.
yeah, I mean, and because when you're dealing with kids and trying to explain, especially to real young kids, how to deal with emotions and things, because you want to tell kids you can have the emotions, but you also want to tell them at the same time, you can't always act upon the emotions. You
Yes, you
have to
can.
take a step.
Cozy.
Yeah.
You're not helping. But I mean, I think it does well for those things. Oh, I see. Oh, is that
Hello, 100.
100?
Lemon! You gotta say it like that.
Lemon.
Lemon!
Like Liz Lemon.
Exactly!
Oh, by the way, did
The
anybody
best part about the
see
muffin is the top.
the cool? Look at these earrings. These were like I think they were like $8.
They're
maybe.
so long!
They're
Aren't you
so
afraid
cute.
of them getting ripped out of your ear?
I don't have babies anymore.
But what if you're like running really fast and you like snag your ear?
I'm disabled.
Okay.
I hobble
That
around.
That doesn't
In
really
knee
happen
braces.
in most adult lives. We normally don't run.
I am
Most of us
legit
don't run.
like
I
not
actually,
running.
I actually had this conversation.
I got knee braces, dog.
I'm over
dead.
at my trail, we found a yellow jacket hive, and best estimated guess, it was probably about 5 feet wide underground and about 5 feet deep. Very nice sized hive. And we were talking to we have a friend who's an exterminator who came out. He's a professional exterminator, in case
Bunch of
anyone's
bees.
concerned, for yellow jackets specifically. And as we're talking, and I'm like, yeah, I was because they're making it out to be, these African killer bees. And he's like, oh no, yellow jackets and African killer bees are kind of on the same length because
They're
they
pissy.
they both send out thousands of drones to attack a threat, whereas bees, like honeybees and things, they usually only send out like a couple hundred, and they'll only chase you for 20 or 30 feet, whereas yellow jackets and African killer bees will chase you up to like a quarter mile. And that's when mom looks at me and she looks at me and she's like, I don't know about you, but I don't think you can run a quarter mile, sweetie. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to die. Like, we're all going to die if they're coming out, because they don't lose their stinger. So, FYI,
No, thank
now
you.
you all know. Do not. Oh, and just another tidbit of odd information: most professional pest control workers will not come out to deal with yellow jackets because they are so dangerous. Fun, right? Only a few of them will actually come out to take care of them.
I'm not like,
So,
I don't know. I would just
now
run.
more
I'm
you
allergic.
know.
I am allergic to bee stings. And one time a wasp stung me on my eye, and it was swollen shut for like about a week. And it was pretty funny looking. I was little. And then whenever I was like older, I got stung again, and I stepped on a bee, and my whole leg swelled up, dude. Like my entire leg, and it was like that for like 2 weeks. I had to stay in bed. I don't have an EpiPen because like those things are expensive and stuff. So like, who can afford one?
I thought
Nobody that needs them, because they only last, and that's the
I
thing
was like,
that makes me so mad. They only last for like a year or two, and it's like $800 for one.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'll just die. It's cheaper for me to die than it is for me to try to live after.
Oh yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I'm supposed to have
I'll
them
just
too
die
because
by
of my
bee
food
sting.
allergy, and it's like, yeah, nope.
You know, sometimes God just makes you and doesn't want you to live. That's what I am.
Listen, they have been trying to kill me for years.
I know. I'm
The
like, I'm still
assassins have
here.
failed every time.
We still here. We still here, dude. Cozy, look at her.
I mean, I don't want to. I'm not. I don't. I just thought, as like until I was like 16, I thought being allergic to bees meant that if you got stung by them, you died.
Well, it does. It kind of does in some cases, I should say.
You
Like
can die.
with
So-
most allergies, it depends on how bad your allergy is.
I was like, I'm not allergic to bees. I just swell up a little.
oh Jesus. I can absolutely picture you doing that too, just walking around like, it's okay, everybody swells a little.
No, like if your eye swell shut and you have no vision for like or like your leg swells up to like where you can't walk because you feel like it's gonna like burst, that's still a bee allergy. It just, you won't die, but it's still not
It's not as
comfortable.
severe.
So
Yeah.
yeah, when I got stung, I was like, I'll be fine. It's just I'm not allergic to them.
No, you probably are.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably are allergic. I
Yeah.
wouldn't let them continue testing that theory. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just
Just run
me.
away from bees.
As someone whose allergy
Bees.
has gotten worse, I used to just get sick when I was exposed to my allergen, and I actually now get the hives and the throat swelling and all that fun stuff now. My allergies gotten worse over the years. So be careful.
Yeah,
It
so
doesn't
here's the thing.
matter if you're exposed or
I'm
not.
allergic to pineapple, but guess what? I just ate a can of it.
Ugh.
Does it
That's
not
that's
break you out
actually
in
what I'm
hives?
allergic to.
Yeah,
That's
you just
the
get
one that made me
hives.
You
that
just get
actually got me.
hives
Mhm.
and you just
Ugh,
deal with it?
Yep.
that's so
If
gross.
I die, I die. But
Oh my.
pineapple, I cannot
It's
give
so
up
gross.
pineapple. I cannot give up
Pineapple's gross.
mango, and I cannot give up honeydew and cantaloupe or peaches.
Pineapple's nasty. I'm sorry. If anyone eats
Pineapple?
pineapple, you nasty.
I
You
It's good.
I
That's like one of
nasty.
the only good fruits, dog.
I'm actually allergic to pineapple. That's the only allergy to food that I have is pineapple, and that's the one that actually got worse. I used to just get violently ill from it, and the last time I was exposed to it was not a good day. It was very much not a good day,
Oh
so,
my god.
yeah, that's
Lord
why
have
I
mercy.
can't even stand the smell of it anymore. It makes me nauseous to even, like, smell like, anything tropical, it's just like, "Nope, I don't want anything to do with it." In fact, the last time I bought some car fresheners, I got one that was tropical.
Oh.
I
Yep.
sent it with my daughter to her grandfather's house, like, "Here, give this to Papu." And he's like, "Oh, thanks." And I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. I never get in your car, so this will be perfect for you. You love it. I can't stand it. It's
I don't know.
great."
I think pineapple I understand because like I think that was like the trigger because for a while, like actually I was like allergic to like no
Okay.
foods at all, no fruit. And then for a summer I just basically only ate pineapple like for breakfast every day. I would have like I eat like an entire pineapple every like 3 a week. I would have like 3 pineapples a week. And then I started noticing I was getting like this little rash and I was like whatever. And I didn't care though. So I just kept eating like I was eating like not just pineapple, but I was eating all the fruit because it's like it's summer, so peaches, all that stuff. I was just like down in like a bucket ton of it. And
I
then then like my grandmother was like you should probably stop. So I was like yeah I'll slow down. And I was like eating a peach and I got these burny like welts just start like popping up all over me and I was like oh god what is this?
You're fruit intolerant, you bitch.
It's probably the acid in it because those are all real high in acid
Oh
fruit.
my god, Cozy, you're gonna die by acid. Yeah, you're gonna get
I'll
acid
be fine.
poisoning.
I'll be fine. I'm still alive.
I'm telling you, you need to be careful because
Drink some
sometimes
milk.
some people can expose themselves to their allergens on a regular basis, and it actually helps them not be allergic to that particular thing anymore. However, you could
Oops.
also do like what I did, where you're exposed to it randomly and it makes your allergen worse. So be careful with that because it could go either way. Even an allergist will tell you the same thing. It could go either way.
I mean, I
So
know mine is my own fault because I would eat too much. Like even melons, like I would have either a honeydew or a cantaloupe every day.
What is I don't know how you're eating that much do people eat this much fruit?
I don't think
Death,
most
do
people
you
eat
eat
that
that
much.
much
I
fruit?
actually I do like to eat a lot of fruit. It's actually better for you than drinking a lot of water, believe it or not, as far as keeping yourself hydrated.
Yeah, but I
Um,
hate fruit. I don't think I eat
What?
fruit.
How do you hate fruit, you monster?
I hate fruit. It's disgusting.
Everyone has their choices and things. I mean,
That's like I mean,
hey, there's a lot of
I
there's
like
a lot of fruits I
vegetables. I
won't.
like crunch.
I like crunch
That's
too.
fine. There's a lot of fruit that I
I don't like
don't like, so
sticky.
I can understand that. There's a lot of things I don't eat.
I don't like
So
sticky. So and with fruit, it's like sticky. So I don't like it.
I can
Um,
understand that.
I'll eat
Certain
it if
fruits are
like
good
it's
for certain
served to me,
things.
but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out of my parents will be like, "Why don't you get some fresh fruit for the house?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm not gonna wash fruit."
Well, Like, okay,
And, like, it's
watermelon.
not good enough to do to eat
Well,
something. I want a cracker. You don't
I
use
would I would recommend getting watermelon
I love
if you
watermelon.
have to do a lot of outside things where you know you're going to be sweating a lot.
It's so
Um,
hydrating.
it's
Oh,
extremely hydrating for you. It's actually got some vitamins in it that'll actually help with muscle spasms and things,
Oh,
as
yeah, that's
well
good for you.
as watermelon will actually help with nausea. It's a natural anti-nausea thing. So even if you're pregnant from morning sickness or the flu or whatever, you eat some watermelon and it'll help you
I love
not be
watermelon.
as nauseous
I
or not be
wish.
nauseous at all.
I'm sad
So
that the season's over. Oh, so to also be I was eating a
we got
The
it all
only
watermelon.
year.
fruit the
I only
only
like
fruit
the
that's
seeded
worth
ones.
anything is strawberries.
Oh, those
The
are
most
good for you.
mid
Those are
fruit,
really good
the
for you
most
too.
mid of fruits.
What? Did you say those are the most mid of fruits? Are you serious right now?
Yes.
That is the
I like the
only kind
flavor
of
that they
fruit.
give to
That's
things,
the
but
only kind of fruit that
I'm
matters.
sorry. I would rather eat like the others.
Whatever.
They're not
Again,
sweet
that's
enough
your
for
This
choice.
me.
is
I
gonna
mean,
be the
I
thing
love
that divides us.
strawberries. I love strawberries, but my husband doesn't, so I can understand that.
I
Red
don't
Bull
dislike
doesn't
them.
like them.
I
Oh,
don't
he
Dreadful
dislike
doesn't
doesn't
them.
eat
like them.
strawberries.
He does not like them, but he's a good sport because I'll make chocolate covered strawberries for Valentine's Day
Oh.
for my moms and grandmas and stuff, the ladies in the family.
Oh my god, you're the
Oh,
sweetest.
And well, in my opinion, the ones you buy aren't as good as the ones you can make.
no.
I get good chocolate. I buy the expensive chocolate,
It's just that you
and
love your family.
I eat them too. So I mean, it's not like I'm not selfish. I do eat them too. Um,
Right. I'm like, I barely
but yeah, every year I make them, and Dreadpool will eat 2 or 3 of them and be a good sport about it, and he'll
Mm.
devour you know, it we were
Oh.
actually together for probably 4 years or so before I realized he did not like strawberries, because he would buy me chocolate covered strawberries and eat them with me all the time, and I had no clue he didn't like them, because 'cause he'd always eat 1 or 2 with me, so I just
That's
figured he was giving them all to me and being nice by not eating them. And yeah, the first year I made them for him and gave them to him, and he's like, "Thanks, sweetie, but not really a fan of strawberries." And I'm like, "You're not a what?
oh my
What?"
god.
I get it.
He
I
ate them
don't.
all, but yeah, I was like, "I'm
That's
sorry."
sweet. He loves you so much.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hate them. I don't hate them. I just like if you give me like a fruit to choose from, I will never. I'd rather not have fruit than have strawberries. But if you're in a mix of fruit, I'm not gonna be like, ew, pick them out. They're
That's the
not
Just
only
'cause your
one that
nasty
I'll
ass eats pineapple.
oh my god. My mom loves to make, like,
pineapple's
these
sweet though.
Oh, no, that shit is so gross. So gross.
Wait.
she
Bad.
makes fruit salad. The only way that I will eat fruit is if my mother cuts up fruit into squares and serves them to me in a fruit salad. I don't think I eat them any other way.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
do like strawberry. I do like making strawberry syrup though.
I'm a baby. I'm
Oh my
sorry. I
goodness.
just
All right.
realized I'm a child.
What?
Wow, we have run over time
Oh, what? Is that
exponentially.
late? We've been having fun.
Yeah, we
Excellent.
have. I don't know if did everyone else get to their second choice for TV
Yeah,
shows?
we
I
got to the
did.
second.
Okay. All right. All
I
right.
don't think we got to the third.
Okay. All right. You know what?
But
I
we
think we're
talked
gonna
about a
leave it at
bazillion
2.
different
Yeah, I
things.
think we're gonna leave it at 2 this week, guys. I think
Okay.
we'll cut it off at 2.5, at a little over 2.5
Just as well. Just as well.
We're fine. We're doing great out
Oh,
here.
that's
We're
great.
trying. We're doing
That's
it. We're doing
great.
great though.
Are we
That's
doing
too
great?
funny.
Yes.
I think so.
We're doing amazing.
That's so funny. All right, ladies. Well, I guess
Woohoo.
we should probably start signing off then, because we are probably getting way out of control.
Are we? I think we're the right amount of control.
Oh, that's funny.
We're pretty sweet. But yeah,
All right.
we can go ahead and cap
I'm a
it.
Sour Patch Kid. Don't call me sweet. I'm sour
You're
at
funny.
first.
You're funny. All right. Well, okay. Mama, why don't you go first and tell us where we can see you other times besides the show, where we can find you?
Hi, I'm a hot mama, and my name is Nira. And you can find me on Twitter at Mahat Mama, and on Instagram at Mahat Mama, and on TikTok at Mahat Mama.
What?
And I think you can find me on Twitch if I ever go there again at Mahat Mama. And you can find me other places if you DM me and are nice to me. And I am the owner, writer, publisher, everything of that of thewomanwholived.com. And then you can read my writing and reporting with HNN and Black by God and West Virginia Watch. I did it.
Good, good, good.
I did it all. I'll never say it again. I'll never remember.
All right. Miss Cozy, where else can we find you and see you when we're not on the show?
You can find me on Fridays with Hamathy Solo and Loke on on bull sitting.
Love 'em.
You can find me on Twitter, sometimes on Twitch. I haven't been on there in a while, and TikTok and Xbox and PC, Steam specifically, all at Cozy Beluga.
The coolest.
I'm the only Cozy Beluga.
All right. Well, I guess it's just me now. Okay. Normally, aside from the month of October and this coming Friday, you can find me on Iconic Video Games on Friday nights at 8 o'clock Central Time. Again, I won't be back until November, though, for the whole show. I'm hoping to at least make a few stop-ins. But until then, you will be able to find me here every Sunday, of course. And I would go on my Twitter and follow me because I post a lot of times when I do last minute shows and I get last minute invites and things. So, and I do believe I will be appearing on someone's show either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm not sure. So,
got ourselves a celebrity.
Whoop whoop! Let's go.
So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at DeathDealerM85, and I am also on Discord, although I do not do anything on there yet, but I have the same name on there too, so you can always find me there. But otherwise, I hope everyone has enjoyed our crazy show for the evening. And I hope you guys will all come back and join us next week for the insanity and mayhem we cause then as well.
Woo-hoo!
So, with that being said, have a great night, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you all next week, hopefully.
At this same time on What's My Crime? Never mind. My brain. I don't know why my brain that lives rent free in my head.
Beautiful. It's ours now.
It's from 101 Dalmatians.